Hey folks, I'm Jaxsun. Today we're going to do a quick run through of the 9.15 changes to Vengeance. Vengeance is what brought me over to the Kyrian Covenant, and we're going to touch on what Blizz is doing to make Kyrian maybe not as much the preferred go-to here as we jump into 9.15. Overall, Vengeance is going to continue to excel in terms of self-healing, and Blizz is doing a couple of things with some adjustments to some talent selection that's really going to alter our gameplay a little bit here. So let's jump right into the talents. Tier 1, you're going with Agonizing Flames. That's the go-to. Tier 2, Burning Alive, really getting that fiery brand to spread to nearby enemies. That makes a big difference, and you're going to see a theme here. Fiery Brands is really our Mythic Plus build for Vengeance. Tier 3, we're moving away from Spirit Bomb, so we're going to go with Charred Flesh and basically Immolation Aura, which you should have up as often as possible. Basically, all the damage that it's producing is increasing the duration of Fiery Brand by half a second each. So that's a lot of ticks from Immolation Aura, depending on the mobs you're up against, and it can really increase the throughput of your Fiery Brand. Tier 4 Fracture's your go-to talent. It's far and away a better option than what Sheer is. Tier 5 Quicken Sigils just really allows you to control mobs dramatically better. Tier 6 is the old, reliable Demonic. Really, any time we're using Fell Devastation, being able to get that 6 seconds of Demonic uptime makes a huge difference. And overall, Last Resort maintains its place up here in Tier 7. So, with Vengeance, really any kind of mythic rating, once you're pushing high keys, single tank mechanics can really kill a tank if you don't have any mitigation, and that's been the major challenge with Demon Hunters up to this point. Allowing this small adjustment to the talent selection allows us to build more around Fiery Brand and should allow us to rotate through Demon Spikes, Fiery Brand, and Metamorphosis much easier going into 9.15. So I'm excited to see where that goes. I don't think we'll see a whole lot of Spirit Bomb, which will likely reduce some DPS, but I believe it's going to increase our uptime overall from a survivability perspective. Now, when it comes to the specific changes around Covenant, we actually seen a significant buff. Sinful Brand, which is the Venthyr ability, was reduced from 45 seconds to 45 seconds. Previously it was a minute, so really materially improving our uptime there, and that 45 seconds can line up with some preferred trinkets for Demon Hunters. The Night Fae Covenant actually received a very small, really minor nerf, and that was actually just now allowing the Hunt's ability to be removed with player immunities. So that's relevant if you're going to play any kind of Battlegrounds and PvP, but shouldn't make a major difference for us in Mythic Plus. Kyrian had a very minor buff as well. Basically, the Kyrian rune carving power, Blind Faith, it now grants 1% verse. It used to be 1% mastery and 10 fury whenever a lesser soul fragment is consumed at when Blind Faith is active. So really specific minor adjustment overall. Specifically for Vengeance, the Demon Summon from Fodder to the Flame, which is your Necrolord ability, it no longer scales off the 50% maximum health increase for Metamorphosis. So I think that actually just makes Necro a little bit less popular than it was, and I'm going to borrow this distribution basically from Wowhead, and you see it right here. Kyrian is 3/4 of all the Vengeance tanks that are out there, so really popular class. It's not terrible if you like to play Vengeance and Havoc, so it's my preferred go-to, but I'm looking forward to being able to swap a little bit more freely. Night Fae, we shouldn't see a whole lot of change there. They'll probably stick around this distribution. I actually expect to see the number of Venthyr creep up here, but Necrolord Demon Hunters are not materially a thing. We haven't seen a tremendous amount of benefit there. But overall, the class is still in a pretty good spot. I actually think pushing at higher keys, Vengeance is going to be in a position where we're going to be able to get into a random pug a little bit easier, and then if you're with a pre-assembled group with some high DPS, with the kiting benefits that the class brings, that in addition to the fiery brand uptime improvements, like we're going to see some real high keys starting to get pushed by Vengeance in 9.15. So excited for the class overall, excited for the new content. Definitely a positive story here. Let me know your thoughts. What could we have done differently with Demon Hunter going into 9.15? What are you really looking forward to? And drop it in the comments, folks. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.